Welcome to the Tarryn Reeves Show, where your journey to empowerment takes center stage. I'm your host, Tarryn Reeves, best-selling author and publishing expert. Together, we'll dive into the hearts and minds of visionaries, disruptors, and trailblazing leaders to explore the most compelling and thought-provoking ideas in life, business, and marketing. Let's inspire, impact, and ignite. This is the Tarryn Reeves Show. Hey, brilliant humans, welcome back to your go-to space for unfiltered truth, unapologetic wisdom, and the strategies that no one else is talking about when it comes to building your empire. I'm Tarryn Reeves, USA Today bestselling author, publishing powerhouse, and the woman behind the curtain, helping seven-figure entrepreneurs turn their genius into best-selling books that do more than gather dust. We're creating movements. So, today, we're getting into a topic that is near and dear to my caffeinated, story-obsessed heart, the secrets to building an influential book launch. Now, I don't just mean a launch that gets a few likes and a pity purchase from your Auntie Janine. Nope, I'm talking about the kind of launch that builds real momentum, gets people talking, earns you media buzz, floods your calendar with client inquiries, and positions you as a freaking powerhouse in your industry. So whether you're gearing up to publish your very first book or you've already launched and felt like you were yelling into the void, this episode is your step-by-step SaaS-infused guide to doing it right. So let's start with a myth-busting moment, shall we? Let's redefine success for your book launch. Success really isn't hitting Amazon #1 for 20 minutes in the books, self-help, journals for left-handed Aries category. Okay. Success isn't selling a bunch of books and having no idea what to do with the momentum afterward. It also isn't going viral on TikTok once and never being heard from again. Real success? It's strategic. It's sustainable. It's influential. Your book launch isn't just about sales. It's about positioning. Okay. It's about authority, thought leadership, creating ripples that touch every part of your business. The most influential authors aren't the ones with the most followers. They're the ones who know how to activate their audience, convert curiosity into connection, and use their book as a gateway to the next level. And then as a result of that, they get more followers, right? It's kind of like an ecosystem that's hand in hand. What do influential launches all have in common? Let's take a look at that. Let's spill the secret sauce. Here are the things that all influential book launches have in common. They start way before the book drops. They build anticipation like a Netflix drama. They have a launch team that doesn't just support, they literally evangelize. They offer bonuses that create urgency. And they continue the party after launch day. Whoop, whoop. So if you're taking notes, and I hope you are, underline this. The launch is the beginning, not the end. So let's break it down step by step to the 5 phases of an influential launch. Phase 1 is the foundation, and this starts 6 months out from your launch date. This is the pre-launch that no one talks about. But trust me, it's the make or break. Your mission during the foundation phase is to build visibility, credibility, and a community who gives a damn. How do you do that? Well, you could start showing up on a podcast, even if your book isn't finished. You could write thought leadership posts on LinkedIn. You could talk about the problem that your book solves without mentioning the book yet. You could warm your audience up like it's foreplay in the bedroom. Build a wait list, share your journey, make people feel like they're writing the book with you. Give them some behind the scenes. And if you're still writing the thing, perfect. This is where those behind the scenes come in. Let people in on the process. Nothing builds buy-in like letting people see behind the curtain. Then you're looking at phase 2. This is the anticipation phase. This is 3 months out from your book launch date, okay? This is where the teasing begins. You've laid the foundation, now we're going to build the hype. Here are the things to focus on. Drop your title reveal, share snippets of the manuscript, introduce your launch team, the humans who will beta read, review, and promote your book, and set up your pre-order page with bonuses that are actually valuable. We're going to talk more on that in a bit, okay? Think of this phase like a movie trailer.
You're not showing the whole plot. You're dropping those juicy sound bites and dramatic moments that make people need to know more. And please don't just say, my book is coming, like it's a weather report. Tell us what transformation it offers. Who is it for? What makes it different from the 87,000 other books in your niche? That's what we want to know. Now we move into phase 3, the launch window. This is 30 days before to 30 days after your launch, okay? It's the main event. Welcome to the main course. This is where the champagne cork pops, the inbox floods, and your social feeds glow up. Here's how to crush it. You want to create a 30-day social campaign. Don't wing it. You want to use carousels, reels, stories, live streams. Every piece of content should lead to one call to action. Get the book. Okay. You want to leverage your launch team like the pros that they are. You want to equip them, give them sample graphics, email swipe copy, a group or Voxer channel for real-time updates, and then ask them to go do the dang thing. Review, share, recommend, use their networks. I also suggest run a giveaway. Buy the book, leave a review, and go into the draw to win X. It's easy, it's fun, it's incentivizing, and yes, completely within Amazon's terms if you're not rewarding for a positive review, just a review. Okay, so don't freak out about that. You also want to use strategic media. Pitch to podcasts, especially those releasing weekly content. Write a few juicy guest blogs, post on LinkedIn with a compelling hook and call to action. And you want to be doing that, like I said, 30 days before to 30 days after your launch. You're moving into phase 4 then, which is your conversion, the post-launch funnel. Now, here is where most people drop the ball. They launch the book, get a handful of reviews, and then nothing. Well, not on your watch. Here's what you need. A reader to client funnel. Offer a free workbook, companion video series, or access to a readers only webinar. You need email automations that nurture. Once someone downloads your bonus, they're on your list. Now what? Send them a value-packed sequence that invites them deeper into your world. You'll also need to do some post-launch speaking offers. Use your book as your signature story. Pitch yourself as a speaker, podcast guest, or workshop facilitator. Make it easy for others to say yes to you. And then you're moving into phase 5, your evergreen growth. This is 3 to 12 months post-launch, after the launch of your book. This is where the real ROI happens. Your book becomes your best salesperson. Here's how. Turn your book into a lead magnet. Mention it on every podcast, every stage, every Zoom call you're on, in your email signatures, all of the places. Break it down into micro content for Instagram and LinkedIn. AI makes this so incredibly easy now. And get featured in roundups. 10 books, every CEO needs to read, those kinds of things. Pitch your book to them. You need a bonus tip? Keep sending your book to aligned partners, media outlets, and influencers. One single yes from somebody like that could change everything and give you the momentum that you need. So now you understand those phases of the book launch. Okay, let's recap. You've got phase 1, the foundation, 6 months out. Phase 2, anticipation, 3 months out. Phase 3 is your launch window, 30 days before to 30 days after your launch. And then you've got conversion, which is your post-launch funnel, and then evergreen growth, 3 to 12 months post-launch. All right? So there's a lot there that you can already work with. But I also want to talk bonuses for a minute, because not all bonuses are created equal. And I want you to create bonuses in your funnel that actually work. What do people not want? Think about it yourself. People don't want a 17-page PDF of your random word vomit of thoughts, okay? They don't want a free discovery call. Unless it's a $5,000 program, it's not that tempting, okay? People also don't want an invite to a Facebook group that nobody checks. So if they don't want those things, what do they want? What bonuses actually work? Think VIP access, private Q&A call, or a Voxer day with you. Think tangible tools, workbooks, templates, checklists. And most importantly, think transformation. like a 5-day challenge, guided journal, audio training that expands on the book's results. The rule here is to make your bonus solve a relatable problem that the book doesn't fully cover. Now, you've got your mega awesome bonuses. You have your plan in action because you're a smart individual. You've got a marketing plan. What about mistakes? Or what I like to call, learn from the authors who cried later after they had done it wrong. The mistakes to avoid: waiting too late to promote. If you only start shouting about your book the day it launches, that horse is already bolted, buddy. It's already too late. People need weeks of exposure before they take action. The other mistake I see people making, focusing only on sales of the book. Think bigger. How does this book feed into your business? What's the bigger impact? Some people try to do it alone. You're not a launch robot. Get support, hire a strategist, work with a publishing partner. Hey, we're over here. Even Beyonce has a team. T Swift has a team. Everybody has a team. All right. And the final biggest mistake that I see people making is neglecting your book after launch day. It's not over. It's just the beginning. You need to stay visible, keep sharing your message, keep asking for reviews, repurpose your content like a content queen that you are, or king. So, what can an influential launch feel like? Let's be honest. Launching a book can be rather emotional. You may feel vulnerable. You may doubt yourself. You'll wonder if anybody cares. Completely normal. But here's the thing. When you launch with strategy, heart, and a community behind you, it really can be pure magic. People send you messages saying, your words changed my life. You get emails from strangers who finally get what you're all about. And opportunities come knocking that you couldn't have manufactured through ads or hustle. That's the power of an influential book launch. So there you have it. Your full, no-fluff roadmap to a book launch that isn't just influential, it's unforgettable. And that's what you're all about. So if you're feeling overwhelmed by all of this and thinking, Tarryn, I need someone to just do it with me, that's exactly what we do inside Automatic Authority Publishing and Press House. From ghostwriting to bestseller strategy, launch campaigns, and beyond, we've got you covered. So send us a message. We'll help you launch like a legend. All right. You could go and grab my book, Automatic Authority. It's on Amazon. It's in all the awesome bookstores. It will help you take your book from idea to successful launch in a shorter time period as you like. Now, if this episode gave you value, please do me a solid, leave a review, share it with your entrepreneurial bestie, or tag me on Instagram with your biggest takeaway. Until next time, keep showing up, keep sharing your story, and never forget, you are the message. The book is just the beginning.
That's a wrap on today's episode. If you love the insights and inspiration, don't let it end here. Hit subscribe to stay connected and turn your visions into reality alongside our community of changemakers. I'm Tarryn Reeves. Thank you for joining me. And remember, your story has power. See you in the next episode.